Hi, I'm Priscilla Presley. My love for animals began when I was 5 years old. That sparked a lifelong commitment to speak up for animals who can't speak for themselves. Elvis and I supported American Humane Society because your compassion can change a life. American Humane Society strengthens the bond between humans and animals. Please visit AmericanHumane.org to learn more. Thank you.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I've been so upset. I didn't even check my YouTube chat. By the way, you can stream and watch us live on YouTube at 1017thetruth.com. You can go to either one. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a live show. Or you can just download the Truth app on the App Store and Google Play Store. And if you just miss it and you're just busy and you just lose your mind and you just have to hear my voice, all you got to do is go to Spotify or Apple Podcasts or the Truth app and just download and just sit there and listen all day long, all weekend long. Because that's what's going on. 833-212-1017 is the number. I got so much stuff to do. I have 100 Black Men are coming in this afternoon. Their Midwest Summit is hosted by 100 Black Men of Milwaukee, of which I'm a part of. And they're going to be here. I'm going to have the president, Joseph Addison, who was also one of the winners a couple weeks ago, Truth Community Awards. And we're also going to talk to Andre Givens, who's the Midwest representative on the board of the International Mentoring Organization of 100 Black Men of America. So that'll be pretty cool, and we'll have a great time, and we'll sit up, and we'll see what happens. But today is Pop-Up Friday, and I try to be nice and gracious. I'm gonna be giving away some Gruber after. Sometime in the 5 o'clock hour. So, hang out. We're going to find somebody that's qualifying for the next one. I think they do it in the morning show. So they'll be pulling in the next couple of months. You could tell you could tell when I'm hyper because I say different words before trying to say, like I'll be trying to say, it's up. And I'll be like, it's up. Like, what? What's wrong with you? And, I just think about all the things that I have grasp of now that I didn't have grasp of when I was on the department. Like my captain used to always scream and holler at me for forgetting stuff. You're always doing something else and you didn't do that. No, that wasn't it. I had ADHD and I didn't know it. And I would literally sit down to do it, get distracted, and forget. And that's all it was. So, I hope she feel bad about hollering at me all the time. She hollered at me a lot. Hey! Blah, blah, blah. Or I would try to tell her something and she'd go, just do what I said. And I was trying to tell her that, we can't do that because like the chief said or so-and-so said or just do as I say. And then they get in their car and then they would drive away and then they call me on the phone. So were you trying to tell me such and such and such and such? Yes. Well, did you do it? Yes. Well, why did you do it? Because you ordered me to do it even though I tried to tell you we couldn't. So now you got to call the chief and figure that one out. So that's how you let people be responsible for what they say and do. And then later, Melody said, what happened? I got thrown into Adland. Couldn't get to the good doctor. You could. Good afternoon, SC. What's going on? Where's Quanda? Quanda not here. It must be Quanda's birthday. Quanda out somewhere getting jazzed. Hey, getting her party on. You know what that means. I don't know. I don't know if it's thank God it's Friday. I'm having a good time, having a great time. It's a little warm in here. It's a lot warm in here. Zach's not listening.
You literally just said it's a little warm in here.
Don't mess up my monologue and make me look dumb like I'm already dumb. You ain't got to just turn your microphone and prove I'm dumb.
What you say?
Thank you. Because it's Friday. 833-212-1017 is the number. You cannot go and tell somebody's being investigated and point at them, oh my God, it's so bad, when it's not. Because if I don't like you, I'm going to lie and start an investigation and then point and say, see, he getting investigated. It must be something. And then get them thrown out and do all this stuff only to find out later they didn't do anything. And you overreacted. And watch this. You violated that person's civil rights. You accused them of something that they didn't do. The investigation found they didn't do it, but it took too long. And so now you took advantage of it and got them thrown out of their job. I've known people that, watch this, all the stuff that they proved about COVID and all the stuff that Fauci said was a lie and all the stuff that he made up, like 6 feet difference, a distancing. And he said, well, I just made that up. We were thinking 12 feet. We were arguing 12 feet, 3 feet. So we just decided to make it 6 and call it a day. They made it up. It was arbitrary. They knew that the COVID vaccine would go through a scarf, go through a regular mask, and if you didn't have a properly fitted, special type of mask, you're going to get COVID. But they lied to people. Use 2 handkerchiefs. Use 2 masks. The COVID molecule was small enough to go right through it. And then later when you talk to him, he lied. You know how many medical doctors got fired? You know how many nurses got fired for telling you the truth and being told because they didn't follow along with what the media said and what science says, which was a bald-faced lie? Where do they go to get their reputation back? That's why it doesn't work. When people lie, and they talked about all these hundreds of millions of people that were going to die and they didn't, it's unfortunate that people died. Make no mistake. We should have given the vaccine to anybody 60 and over. They say 65, but I say 60. And anybody with pre-existing conditions. And that's it. Let everybody else herd and then go about our business. But we didn't do that. And that's what happens. Every time you trust the government, the black community fails. Because we failed to put people that are in government, like I was complaining about yesterday, that actually know what it is they're doing. And we think that because they're black, they have our back. And they don't. We think that because they're Republican, they don't have our back. And they might. But until we open our brain and hear what people are telling us, we'll never know. You don't have to become a Republican to support a Republican. What was the governor? Tommy Thompson? Phenomenal to black people. Republican. He wasn't perfect. Wasn't Evers either. But think about that. We are so stuck in one vein that we shoot ourselves in the foot when we lose. And when we win, we don't ask for anything. And so we end up with snake eyes. 0 every single time. And then all they got to do is say, hey, blame that person over there. It's their fault. And we do. Democrats have had a number of occasions in Wisconsin to fix the black community, not including, well, should I say, inclusive of the majority black common council that has done absolutely nothing to fix black Milwaukee, along with the mayor, along with the county executive. My goal is for you to prove me wrong. My goal is for you to say, you know what? Here's what we did. This is what we did. This is how we came through. This is great. Now, if you put yourself on term limits, then I would believe you. But you don't. You just roll through and you do what you want to do. And that's unfortunate. Melody said, you're hyped up. Yes, I am. And just for the record, I get thrown into ad land too. Thank you for watching the ads because that helps pay for the show. Come on now. Help a brother out. Can you help a brother out? Okay. All right. So yeah, when I heard Kyle talking about that on the show, and you can listen to him every day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon. What's the name of his show again? Truth what? The Unfiltered, the
Truth to Kyle or something?
The Truth to Kyle or something.
Kyle.
Some Power to Kyle.
Truth Kyle.
Truth to Kyle. Power to Kyle Truth or something like that. It's Truth to Power. And so, go back and listen to the show. I agree with part of it, but at some point, you can't put anybody's business out there until it's been sustained. And then just because they've been found guilty, it has to go to ethics, and then they have to go to the commit. Like, it's just more stuff than just deciding it, right? So my question is this: am I right, or is Kyle right? There's a poll in the YouTube chat. Is Kyle right, or am I right? You agree with me that you need to wait and do an investigation and find that you can sustain the investigation or find them not guilty? Or do you what? Once you think they did something wrong, yep, they did it. They did it. Okay, but that's only an accusation. And if the accusation is wrong, where do I get my reputation back? So that's the question in the YouTube chat. Who do you agree with? Or you can give me a call. 833-212-1017 is the number. Who do you agree with? Kyle? Or me, Dr. Ken? Help a brother out and help him understand that wisdom goes with the elder. Now, I know you think you're doing something great, and I know you think you got enough time at the end to fix your thing. Somebody even brought up the, who were they? The lacrosse team. Yeah. So the lacrosse team, they got blamed and, they came in and complained and all that, only to find out later that she lied, made it up. I think she might have went to jail or got sued. And the lacrosse players got their reputation back. Sure. A decade later, after not being able to get a job, not being able to go to work, not being able to do anything in public because they were accused of sexually assaulting somebody they didn't sexually assault. And it was an accusation that ended up being proven wrong. And so when you have people that won't take the rule of law because they just want what they want, what do? Melody said in Illinois, they allow non-convictions to be removed from public view, not Wisconsin. Same with misdemeanors. No expunge if convicted after 25 years and judge puts in conviction, it's eligible. I think that's one of the things we need to do. I think we need to cap certain crimes, like homicide. It should never go off. I'm sorry. I know people that have committed homicide, and whether you did or not, it should be on your record. Maybe 25 years. You do your jail time, you do your prison time, you get out, it should stay on for like another 10 years. And then after that, if it's a misdemeanor, it may stay on X amount of years. Maybe 10. I don't know. Crystal, what Kyle was talking about was the fact that in Congress, people got, I think it was Tony Gonzalez, who got accused of having a relationship with a staffer. The staffer, went home, husband found out, he was sending texts about, let me see you naked or whatever and all that. And finally, she killed herself. She killed herself by lighting herself on fire. And they were saying about how he said he didn't have anything to do with it, blah, 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 blah. And so one of the, one Republican, I believe she was a Republican, legislators came out with a bill that said, or a rule that said that if you're accused of something and you're in Congress, then it can be released. And I'm like, Well, no, it shouldn't be able to be released, because what if you're found not guilty? They say, well, they'll just say that you weren't guilty. You know nobody's going to listen to that. If I got 10,000 people listening today, and tomorrow when they retract it and say I didn't do it, it'll be like less than a fourth of that, and the word won't get out, and I'll forever be tainted. How about you only release it when they're found guilty? And if they're not found, and watch this, it should never come out, because it's like human resources. It's not a court of law. So if I haven't been found guilty of a crime, why is that being made public? And so we went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Hey, what's up, B-Brews? But no, we went back and forth. And so I think there should be limits on when people can get their well, not expunged, but removed from public view. I think there should be a time limit. If it's a misdemeanor, you might get 5 years and then get a redo. If it's a felony, depending on what felony it is, you get 10 or 15 years after you get out of prison. So it's kind of like an automatic you on paper. No, I don't think it should be automatic you on paper. You're on paper for however long. That's on probation or parole. However long you're on, and then after that, it should be removed from the record. Now, again, there's some felonies, I don't think they should disappear. I don't think they disappear. So you can turn your life around. You just can't turn your record around. And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lassica.
We have a crash right now, 41 southbound, right at the ramp from Silver Spring. The right lane is blocked, so watch out for the backups heading through that area from Appleton Avenue. We also have a crash on 4394 northbound, right at the ramp from Lapham. The two left lanes are still blocked with this, so everybody's shifting over to the right. Big delays stretching all the way back to Howard Avenue with this, and then very slow on southbound 43 from Capitol Drive down through the Marquette to about Lapham. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, thunderstorms likely, some may be severe, a low of 58. Tomorrow, stray showers early, windy with falling temperatures throughout the day. We start off with a high of 63 early, then falling into the 40s. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Laziga on 101.7 The Truth.
Want to protect our planet? The air we breathe, water we drink, and land we share? Real progress begins with birds. Yes, birds. The very ones we see and hear every day. On a walk, in the park, or simply out the window. That's because birds are more than birds. They're symbols, sentinels that reveal the health of our planet and our people. And by helping them thrive, all of us thrive as well. Audubon is a place where birds matter, where habitats are protected, where communities are engaged, and where change takes flight. Because at Audubon, hope begins with birds. Progress begins with birds. It all begins with birds. Audubon.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. Former Green Bay Packers president and CEO Bob Harlan passed away Thursday, March 5th, following a brief illness. Harlan was 89. The Milwaukee Bucks are firmly in 11th place in the Eastern Conference and are 5 games behind for the final play-in tournament spot. They sit at 26-35 on the season.
We may have to play different guys. We may have to go bigger because right now we're giving up too many points too easy.
Bucks are back at it at home against the Utah Jazz tomorrow at 7. In college hoops, UW-Milwaukee got blown out against the Detroit Mercy in the Horizon League tournament 84-63. UW-Madison has their final regular season game on Saturday against the number 15 Purdue. Marquette plays their final game against number 4 UConn on Saturday. Both Big Ten and Big East tournaments begin next week. I'm Nazir Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
MC Scat Cat is here today to prove something very unusual. So let's do this.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. We got some news for y'all. We got some news. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not going. I'm playing it.
1017 The Truth. Breaking news.
Okay, that's more like it. We're gonna have to get that in the hotkey. So,
I mean, you literally just asked me like 3 minutes ago.
You act like you just made it or something. You just found it?
Yeah, I just.
Y'all see how good he is? I asked for it, and boom, it pops up. So, but anyway, I digress. From CBS 58, Milwaukee Public School Superintendent Brenda Cassellius announced plans today to eliminate more than 260 positions as the district tries to close a projected $46 million budget gap. Cassellius sent a memo to the district staff this afternoon, which CBS 58 obtained before the district sent out a press release outlining the proposed cuts. According to the memo, Cassellius seeks to eliminate a total of 263 positions ahead of the 26-27 school year. Superintendent noted about 40% of the positions are currently vacant. The memo stated the positions cut would include assistant principals, deans of students, and interventionists. 147 of the positions on the chopping block are based in schools, and another 116 are in the district central office. Cassellius said the proposed cuts would save about $30 million. Cassellius said none of the jobs she is proposing to cut are full-time classroom positions. She added those who do not have their positions eliminated could apply for classroom-based teaching roles. Last spring, she announced plans to move 40 specialists and interventionists into full-time classroom jobs. The proposal called for 180 staffers to reapply for their current position. Of course, a process Milwaukee Teachers Education Association sharply criticized. Who cares? In today's memo, Cassellius alert. Can you tell who I support? Yeah, teachers, not the union. She alluded to a bumpy process. She said that we are continuing to reallocate resources to classrooms, a difficult but necessary process that began when I first arrived. To address vacancies in schools, we reduced teaching positions based at central services for the current year. We take ownership for the challenges with the prior process and continue to work to address concerns and have listened and readjusted based on that feedback. The proposal includes a total of 183 positions cut from the MPS Office of Schools. Cassellius also proposed cutting 25 jobs from the district's academic office, 25 from its operations department, 12 from human resources, and 12 from the Office of Finance. Cassellius also proposes cutting 2 jobs each in the Office of Communications, Community Partnership, and from the superintendent's office. What do you think? 833-212-1017 is the number. Is this a move in the right direction? Because that's what you have to do when you got to, if I was at home and I got too much month left over at the end of my money, I got to cut some stuff. So that's what she's doing. And you can't scream and holler, oh, what about the teachers? They ain't got nothing to do with the teachers. They ain't touching the teachers. Can't hire any new teachers. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to only cut $30 million. You got another $16 million hit. I think if we can go to the businesses in Milwaukee, not the people, the businesses who then get employees from MPS eventually, have them pay. Have them help out MPS and pay for this $16 million. That'll be left over. That's what I'm just saying. Fawn said, I don't know, because us regular citizens get accused of crimes in the public, so it should be the same with them even more so because that job, which, now listen to what I'm saying. You're in your job and you're accused, not of a crime, right? That's not a crime you're getting accused of. You're getting accused of an ethics violation. That's not a crime. It might be found criminal later, but we're talking an ethics violation. We're not talking about a crime. That should not be public. That's just me. Because if they find out that you didn't do it, you cannot get that stink off of you. You're just stuck. And you always say it's the job they signed up for. They didn't sign up to have their public life made, their private life made public any more than you did if you go to your job and they make your private life public. As long as you do your job, that's one thing. Somebody makes a complaint, handle it internally. If there's teeth, it goes to the ethics committee, and then they go from there. But you don't just get to say, I got accused of something, and then you publicize it, and then it's wrong, and then you publicize it, and ain't nobody listening. That's crazy. Sandra, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
How you think I'm doing?
You sound good.
Yes, I'm doing good. Let me quit, because every time I say something, people be saying I be hollering at you, even though you holler at me, and I guess you get to get away with hollering at me, but I can't get away with hollering.
I don't be hollering. I just,
see? There you go.
I holler at circumstances.
You see how she raised her voice like that?
You
raised her
just
voice?
don't hear what I be saying in my head.
You see how she well, I can't hear what you're saying in your head unless you actually say it.
Yeah, that's what I know. That's why I say, you probably don't want to hear it. Because they think I'm not hollering at you. You're not hollering at me.
Yeah, you be hollering at me.
You're just talking.
Yeah, you be hollering.
No, I don't. I just simply, you know what, Dr. I'm going to tell you honestly.
No, lie
I'm
to
not
me.
hollering
No,
at
lie
you.
to me. Don't tell me the truth.
No. I'm going to tell you honestly. I'm not lying to you. I mean, not lying. I'm not hollering at you. But I just get upset when people talk about crime, this and that and that. But yet you got a whole host of people know better. And, I mean, they're robbing us bone dry. This Christy Long. I mean, that girl spent so much money up in there. Now what kind of crime you call that? I call it a stealing.
She didn't spend any more money than they already had. It wasn't. That's their job. They didn't spend
a lot of money. That woman spent a lot of money.
They didn't spend extra money to do the job. Their job is to literally go around and pull people out. They didn't spend anything extra. Don't
Well, they
think.
say she spent money taking pictures by those statues of the president.
Oh my God! A picture? Stop.
They said it was $125 million.
It was not. Come on, you know pictures didn't cost $125 million. Come on.
But what I'm just saying,
Sandra, stop being so gullible.
Listen, but the crime is a crime. And I don't like it because...
Yes, ma'am.
I don't like it because we're the ones, when they say crime is always a black face thing.
There were no black faces. They were all white this time, and most of them got bounced.
But in the media, all you see, especially in Milwaukee, is blackface.
Well, then do something about it.
Every time it's a crime, it's blackface. But anyway, Dr. K, I'm going to say this real fast.
Sandra, it's Pop-Off Friday, sorry. The problem with that is that the person doing the crime is black. So what do? Not show them?
Not all the time.
Show me where they're not. Show me a shooting in the last week where a white person shot somebody and killed them. Show me.
They won't put it up there.
In Milwaukee.
They will not put it up there. And if they do, they put it up real fast.
Then find it where? No, Sandra, you're not getting off this.
They don't put it up there.
Stop talking and answer my question. Show me the white person.
Dr. Ken.
Show me the white person.
That's dangerous for us.
No. Yes. Come on.
I'm not following the news like that.
Well, then you can't say what you're saying.
Yes, I can.
You can.
Because every crime is not blackface.
Show me then. Show me the white people driving down the street and shooting each other. Show me the stuff. Stop talking for a second.
That happened in Milwaukee. That happens all in the cities surrounding Milwaukee.
Stop talking for a second.
Yes.
Stop talking for a second.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Show me the white and the black person. Show me the two white people that were 17 and 18 years old standing outside that got arrested yesterday, or was it today, for shooting at each other.
I didn't hear that one.
Of course you didn't. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't hear that one. Yeah, but I'm just saying, every time you hear about crime in this city, you never hear about crime with nobody but black people.
In some instances, that's true.
It's dangerous.
In some instances, that's true. But in other instances, if you didn't commit the doggone crime, they wouldn't have your face on picture and your picture on TV.
That's why I say
Come on.
You don't want to see my face. But anyway, Dr. I want to say this real fast before you hang up. Now we need to know about the private prisons that they have.
I don't care.
We need to know who helped make the laws.
Why don't you look it up and find out then? Call the state of Wisconsin. Call the state of Wisconsin.
I'm saying this for the people.
And what did they say?
Our people to know.
And what did they say?
The people that makes up the rules and the statutes and all of that, the legislatures, Alec, you got people behind all these people we shop with. And they majorly, when the crimes are made, when the statutes are made, they're geared at black people. That's why you always hear about black crime. You never hear about white crime.
Give me an example.
I just gave you one.
No,
go look at Alec. Look up the private prisons.
You said that
Tell them to look at private prisons.
Stop
talking. Tell them to look at where they shop.
Stop talking,
their money.
Sandra. Sandra. You said they're geared to black people. Show me how they're geared to black people.
Because all you see on TV is blackface crime.
So the outcome. So if I pass a crime, for example, to say if you steal somebody's baseball cap, and the majority of people that wear baseball caps are black, and then they're the ones that go to jail, you would say that crime is created just for black people. Well, I agree with that, and I agree with what you said because they did the same thing with the crime bill. It was only for crack cocaine, and mostly black people were smoking crack cocaine, therefore black people went to jail. I agree with that.
Right.
Do we have any examples today?
Sure, I'm sure you do.
Because they didn't create driving just for black people, but they the ones driving through the city and causing crashes and killing people. Yeah, white people do it too. But I care about our community. I care about our community.
I do too.
So this argument you have of black
all the crime is black people.
Nobody said that. Who said that?
Every time you look at the media.
Well, then stop looking at the media.
Oh, look at it. I mean, I can speak back for it. You know, I know they be lying. And most of them on the media is the ones committing the crime.
Raise your kids.
Just like that White House up there. Them folks getting rich off of our tax dollars.
He ain't got nothing to do with
it. They are. That's what, yes, it does.
That money's already paid. That money's already there.
You don't want to hear what I got to say.
I don't care.
You don't want to hear what I got to say.
But I don't care. Go ahead and say it. You got 30 seconds.
I'm done now. I said what I wanted to say.
So why you say it then? Bye, Sandra.
I just said it.
Bye, Sandra.
Bye, Dr. Kid. Have a good weekend.
Lord help me. Bye.
Thank you, Milwaukee. Because of you, the second annual Truth Community Awards was an unforgettable celebration of the leaders, changemakers, and heroes who make our city shine. A special thank you to our incredible partners, Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousins Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. And thank you to our presenting sponsor, Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Together, we're celebrating community, culture, and impact. We'll see you next year at the Truth Community Awards.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Versity on King, we believe taking care of our community starts right here, together. Every day, neighbors step up to donate blood, helping save lives in Milwaukee and beyond. But Versity on King is more than a donor center. It's a place for health education, community connection, and support, especially for families facing conditions like sickle cell disease. When you donate blood, you're not just giving. You're showing up for your community. Visit versity.org/VersityOnKing to learn more or schedule your donation today. Versity on King, rooted in community, powered by hope.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
If a tow truck appears on the scene minutes after your auto accident, think twice before handing them your keys. You may be the target of a common towing scam, which results in being billed several $1,000s. Don't allow any unsolicited tow operators to take your car from the scene. Consult with police or your insurance provider to contact a reputable company. Agree on the rate, and know where they are taking your vehicle. If you suspect insurance fraud, call 800-TEL-NICB, a public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. I want to bring a little solemn news to you before I get to squeeze in the caller. You know, as many of you know, this is a statement from Alderwoman Malele A. Coggs. As many of you know, my dearest friend, confidant, and devoted aldermanic legislative assistant, Akua C. Dantzler, passed away on February 16th after battling serious illness for a prolonged period. Akua was well known in many circles, and especially in the community and at City Hall. She would attend virtual meetings, planned events, and work tirelessly for the residents of the 6th District and the citizens of Milwaukee. In her carrying out her work, Akua was known for treating others with kindness and being intentionally thoughtful and collaborative in her service. To celebrate Akua's life in a way that reflects her heart, her dedication, and her unwavering commitment to public service, the community is invited to a celebration of life for Akua Dantzler. That's tomorrow, Saturday, March 7th, at the Wisconsin Black History Society and Museum, 2620 West Center Street. Doors will open at 1, and I look forward to seeing the community joining in an uplifting celebration of Akua's life and service to Milwaukee. We want to say thoughts are with the family. She was a powerful presence at City Hall, a dedicated worker, and I know Alderwoman Malele Coggs will miss her dearly. She was There's only one word you can actually think about, and that's incredible. So that's information from communityjournal.net. And there's a scholarship. And so they want you to support Akua Dantzler's Girls' Day and go to www.city.milwaukee.gov/give MKE. And let me squeeze you in, the caller. You're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
All right, brother. I do have to say that I don't know how much of the testimony of Kristi Noem that you've seen, but there are Congress people on both sides of the aisle who have receipts of fraud. One that media campaign that you called a commercial was a $220 million campaign where a company that had been incorporated for 8 days when the campaign started that she had connection to. So not only fraud, but conflict of interest. Because I know you're in a hurry, you got guests coming, and I want to ask you, if you haven't seen the entire testimony, to watch it and allow me to contact you again next week so we can talk about the crimes that this woman did commit. So Sandra's not really being naive. She has broken the law. And
no.
This
She hasn't
entire
been charged with
regime is
anything.
breaking the law.
That's what I'm saying. You can say
I'm saying,
but until you're charged, it really doesn't matter.
Well, what I'm saying is,
it doesn't matter.
They showed her the evidence and then asked her to answer questions.
Listen to what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Evaded.
It's not a court of law.
Right.
So
but they gave receipts for things that she signed.
It's not a court of law. So what they did is
I'm not saying
I know you're not.
I'm not saying she's been convicted.
That's not what I said.
They have
I
receipts
said
where
it's
she
not. It
signed
doesn't
things that are
matter.
illegal.
Okay.
Right.
It's not a court of law.
Well, I'm saying that.
Let me finish.
It's not naive to say that she's breaking the law, even though she hasn't been
convicted. If I call
convicted.
something naive, I think it's naive. You disagree. Okay.
Right. But I'm saying if you see somebody shoot somebody, you know
you don't speak for me. Don't give me an example that argues your
before they're
point.
convicted. Or if I see somebody.
Okay, he's not going to stop talking, so I'm going to just keep talking. So the point of it is she hasn't been convicted of anything. If you understand how politics works, I tell you in open what evidence we have that's going to the Justice Department. Now you can defend yourself. Those same Republicans that so-called went after her, listen to what I'm saying, gave her the evidence that she needs to defend herself in order to get out from under it. Who does that? Who does that? You know who does that? People that are in the same political party that want to make sure you get out from under it or get the minimum penalty that you're going to get. So while everybody's dusting up, there are no charges. And when she's charged, it'll be minimized. Why? Because she already knew what the charges were. She already knew what the receipts were. She already knew the angle they were going to take. They gave her the prosecution before she was prosecuted. Duh. Top 5 at 5 up next.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Regroup, rethink, and reshape, and get on the front lines. It's only to your benefit. I always tell people, you helping the overall ideal of a better community, it actually helps you out. It helps you out. It helps your family out. It's time. Do not bring that reactionary attitude into the new year. This is the best time to start fresh. This is the plot. They plot this out, and it's been going on for years. This is normal. This is the way it is. This is where we are right now. It's all buddy-buddy. And if you're not a part of the friend situation, you're not getting in. They don't want nobody getting in and seeing where the messy. That's why I'll never get in. Because they know I'm not going to play around about my community. They know I'm not going to sit in no meetings and see y'all shucking and jiving and sniggling and giggling and not say nothing about it. I'm going to tell you to shut up.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m. Live on YouTube and right here on 1017 The Truth.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time, I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
Listen to the man who tells you exactly how he sees it. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. You know, I got two number fives, and my number five, my 5 prime is the announcement I made. The breaking story of MPS announces plans to cut more than 260, actually it's 263 jobs amid the $46 million budget gap, which will only then cut it down to about $30 million, and then they got to figure out what they're going to do with $16 million, or get it from the state or the county or the city or the people of Milwaukee. 2 minutes after the hour, Milwaukee area weather. Now it's 56 degrees, cloudy. Feels like 54. Winds are from the south-southwest at about 7 miles an hour. Tonight, low's going to get around 35, so you got another 20-degree drop before we get to the night.
Number 5.
And they're going to keep coming because we've got 2 more. Count them. It'll warm up this afternoon. We'll get to 60 degrees, and then it's going to start sliding. And then a passing warm front will add fuel to the storms, and then they'll jazz up all over again. So we're looking at least 2 more kicks to the cat before tomorrow gets here. Rain is moving northeast at about 45 to 50 miles an hour, and that could put it here this evening. And so we're just looking forward to it because it's going to come. No matter what we do, it's going to rain because it is the fall. And it's kind of too late to sing, rain, rain, go away. And I found out also there's one more reason to actually ban or regulate social media.
Number 4.
Also from CBS 58, a Wisconsin man who allegedly told police he tried to set fire to a Republican congressman's office last year because he was angry that the lawmaker backed a bill requiring TikTok's Chinese owner to sell off its U.S. operations, was sentenced yesterday to 7 years in prison. In addition to prison time, Fond du Lac County Circuit Court Judge Tricia Walker sentenced 20-year Caden Stachowicz, Stachowicz, to 7 years of extended supervision. So that's 14 years he's going to be on paper. He's from Menasha, and he pleaded no contest to arson in last November. Prosecutors dropped burglary and property damage counts in exchange for his no guilty plea. Wow. Interesting. Finally, we got a judge in Wisconsin who actually plays and respects by the rules.
Number 3.
This from WISN.com. There was a delay today. I don't know if you know that today was supposed to be a time in the case of the Wisconsin lawmaker. She was supposed to go to court charged with threatening a fellow representatives. Prosecutors charged Sylvia Ortiz Velez, a Democrat who represents the 8th District on Milwaukee's South Side. Prosecutors say she made threats in August after learning she was left out of drafting a resolution for Hispanic Heritage Month and to honor Latino veterans. On today, the judge in her case recused herself, saying she personally knows Ortiz Velez. She's scheduled to appear in court next week under a new judge. Now, that's the kind of judge I'm talking about, who respects the rule of law, who understands that, not always. Somebody, she actually told the truth. And I can appreciate that. And now for this next story from Fox 6 Now. Y'all asked for it, and now you got it.
Number 2.
More than 1,000 cars have been towed in Milwaukee since January under the new ordinance targeting drivers with unpaid parking tickets. 1,000. That's like 1,000, not like a few. That's actually 1,000. The policy allows the city to tow cars belonging to drivers who have 5 or more unpaid parking citations or at least 60 days overdue, even if the vehicle is legally parked at the time. That sounds kind of weird, but since the ordinance took place, 1,078 cars tied to unpaid citations gone. Peter Knox, Milwaukee's parking services manager, says the rule was created to address drivers who repeatedly ignore parking tickets. It basically addresses the issue of people who are not paying their citations, and under the previous system, drivers only had to pay the tow fee to retrieve their vehicles. Now they must either pay the outstanding citations at the tow lot or schedule a court date before their car is released. Upon doing one of those things, your vehicle will be released. The city officials warned drivers about the change before enforcement began in November, mailed out more, talk about a waste of money, 28,000 letters to people with outstanding parking tickets. Well, I guess it's not wasted. It went to the people outstanding parking to give them an opportunity to pay or enroll in a payment plan. All you had to do was say, yes, I want a payment plan, give them $25 a month, you were good. Now you don't have a car. 2 months into enforcement, the numbers were higher than they hoped, which means in order to get your car back, you got to pay it. 475 people of the 1,000, however many, have paid their parking citations at the tow lot after their vehicles were impounded. That wiped out 6,300 tickets, totaling $229,000 that goes into the city's transportation fund. At the city toll lot yesterday, drivers could be seen paying fees to retrieve their vehicles, though none agreed to talk on camera. Knox says the ordinance is about accountability and public safety. He noted that drivers should address their tickets early to avoid their cars being towed. Knox said that we can't have people just saying, I don't care, I'm going to get my citation anyway, and I'm going to park where I want. That's a public safety issue, and we can't plow streets. People are parking in front of houses and vehicles don't move. And Milwaukee's parking services manager said, ultimately, when it comes down to it, it is what we need people to do, and that's to follow the parking rules. Drivers can pay their citations online, in person, or through a city payment plan. So here's one thing. I got a ticket once, and I went to pay it, and it had 2 tickets on there. And so the person had done a ticket, had messed it up, and then had deleted it, and then issued another ticket. So when I went in the system, I had 2 tickets for the same thing for night parking at the same time. And I went, well, that's not right. This is true. Oh, no, sir, you have to pay both tickets. I said, why would I pay both tickets when one of the tickets is canceled? They're both written for the same time on the same day for the same offense. That means either whoever wrote the ticket was an idiot or they canceled one of the tickets. And sure enough, I had a supervisor look at it, and the supervisor said, yeah, they canceled the ticket. But the person on the phone with the city just wanted me to pay the ticket. She just wanted the money. She just wanted the money. Yeah, it's still Pop-Off Friday.
Number 1.
This from CBS 58. So we talked about him. Charges now being filed against the man accused in the shooting inside Aurora Sinai Hospital. We talked about that the other day. 38-year-old Ronell Shaw Jr. is accused of shooting 2 people in the hospital on March 2nd. That's according to the criminal complaint. Responding officers located a man later identified as Shaw, who matched the description of a reported active shooter. Police said they found him standing next to a podium near a victim and ordered him to the ground. Officers asked Shaw where the firearm was, and he allegedly motioned to a nearby podium where the handgun was located. During his arrest, the complaint says Shaw made statements that there was a person in the bathroom with a gun, and they were trying to rob the hospital security officers. Prosecutors say security video captured the shooting, shows Shaw reaching up with his firearm in his right hand, pointing it directly at one of the victims, and fires 2 times before turning to his right and firing once more. The complaint goes on to say that 3 fired shell casings were located at the scene and were determined to have been fired by the handgun recovered by officers. One of the victims, unfortunately, identified as Christopher Robinson Jr., remains on life support, and he has since, if word is correct, and let me see when this story, this is from today, this afternoon. He's right now remains on life support and is not expected to survive. That's according to court documents. A second victim suffered a graze wound and was treated. Investigators say when questioned, Shaw claimed he believed that one of the victims may have had a gun and believed he was talking about him. But allegedly, the victim never threatened or spoke to him. He reportedly stated, I shot him. I don't know his name. Shaw's charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide, first-degree recklessly endangering safety, and possession of a firearm by a felon. And God willing, Christopher Robinson Jr. doesn't pass away, but if he does, that charge will be amended to first-degree intentional homicide.
One call, that's all.
Hey, Truth Nation, now's your chance to be our one call, that's all qualifier for the day. That's the one call, that's all 5K giveaway qualifier for the day. Yes, you could be entered in to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. B. Caller number 5 right now at 833-212-1017. And you'll be entered in to win the $5,000 giveaway with the award-winning 1017 The Truth and Gruber Law Offices. Again, that is caller number 5 at 833-212-1017. Remember, if you or a loved one has ever been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. Visit them at gruber-law.com. That's gruber-law.com for official contest rules. As with anything, visit 1017thetruth.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all.
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 Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. So I got some hooligans that ran in and busted into my studio and decided they wanted to tie me up and take over the show. And they happen to be one of my most favorite organizations in the absolute world. And that happens to be 100 Black Men of America and 100 Black Men of Milwaukee. Now, the region, I'm not really feeling. You're having trouble. Push that button all the way down. Push the headphone. And now can you hear?
No, I don't hear anything.
See, that's why I had trouble with the region. See, I told y'all. No, in all seriousness.
This one here?
Yes.
Testing. Okay. Yes.
We do have to plug it in.
Was plugged in the wrong hole.
and so what we got to say is, how many men does it take to get a microphone? Okay, I'm gonna let that go. So I want to say, in all seriousness, it's an honor and a privilege to be here this weekend. 100 Black Men Midwest Summit is hosted by 100 Black Men of Milwaukee, the host, I think the best host chapter in the Midwest, but you know.
As you should.
As I should. As I am. No, Indianapolis. Oh. No, but in all seriousness, we are pleased to have the chairman of 100 Black Men of America, Milton Jones, here. Good to see you, sir.
It's good to be seen. It's good to be here with you.
Yeah. And so every time I see him, I'm usually sitting down somewhere, being a delegate somewhere, and he's moving at 100 miles an hour. I hope when I get, to the point where I'm chairman, I can move like that, because I can't imagine your day is just never ending, always going.
Well, it is an active day, but the work we do is so important. That's what keeps you fueled. You don't get tired when you believe what you're working on is something that's dear to your heart and important to us as a people, important to our communities around the country. And so I enjoy being here. I was in Houston last weekend.
Wow.
And, in D.C. in between, but that said, I'll get back to my hometown of Atlanta, where I live, allegedly, tomorrow night.
That's what we heard. So I've got to put out an APB to get you back home, huh?
That's right.
And Andre Givens, this dude I've known for, oh my gosh, probably my entire time in the 100.
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
And so you are now the representative for Midwest.
Correct.
And you've been doing a great job. That other guy you had before you, we had to put up with him for years too. and so you guys have done a marvelous job at making sure that you represent the region and make sure some of those smaller chapters like Milwaukee,
yes,
are represented and they feel, seen, but also heard, and it was a privilege, and it was kind of a couple years ago they said, oh, by the way, we're coming to Milwaukee, and I went,
are we?
Huh? Because I think we had just changed over presidents.
Yes.
And we were in Indianapolis, and I was like, oh, I should probably call him. Because he's going to get a surprise in a couple of years. He said, we're going to take off next year, but the following year, we'll be in Milwaukee.
Very much so.
And the support you guys have given us and the support that you've given the city of Milwaukee has been outstanding from both the chairman and yourself.
Thank you.
So I want to publicly say thank you.
Thank you.
Before I holler at you.
That's fine.
As of course, we have our Truth Community Award winner, Joseph Addison, president of 100 Black Men. The best thing that I've ever been able to say is President Emeritus. You might learn that one day as chairman emeritus.
It feels good. It's a good feeling. Huh?
Lord, it is wonderful. It's wonderful. Because technically, I was the longest serving president in the history of 100 Black Men.
How many years?
I haven't gotten 14.
Yeah, that's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Wore me out. So, but like the chairman said, the work is so important. And so, Joseph, what does it mean to bring the Midwest Summit here to Milwaukee?
The Milwaukee chapter has been quiet for quite a while now, right? And we have stood by and we have seen so many things happen in the city that we just could not stand by and be silent anymore. So for the region to come to Milwaukee, to recognize Milwaukee is a true player in the game, to understand that the need is here, the 100 can do such great things here. Breaking down those silos, building those partnerships, understanding that we cannot wait to be saved. We have to have action now. Exactly. No one's coming to save us in this big, wonderful horse and chariot. We need to get in the trenches and do the work now. So for them to come here and to support us, it means everything.
And so, Andre, what does that mean? You've decided to come here. You've picked Milwaukee to come. What was part of that decision making?
Well, that's a very good question, Brother Harris. Well, when we think about the number of chapters, we have 10 chapters we serve across 6 states. It's important to, once again, recognize the footprint of those chapters, but also, to Joseph's point, to give that chapter the visibility. This is our 4th annual Moses Gray Midwest District Summit.
Yes, it is.
And the strategic direction is how can we gain the footprint across and support other chapters by doing so. So Milwaukee, of course, Joseph's leadership stepped up and say, hey, we'll host.
Yeah.
But the key is building support to help them facilitate hosting. But most importantly, making rounds to all of our chapters.
Right.
To his point, to give us the extra visibility. I mean, our chapters across our regions are doing fantastic things.
Yeah.
But anytime we could come across and support those chapters, I think it's just increased.
Absolutely.
The city, right? And also, most importantly, the community recognizes that there's other players that support this organization. So,
Chairman, there are how many chapters internationally with 100 Black Men?
102, and growing. But the two offshore are London and another in Turks and Caicos, and we're looking elsewhere offshore. But our main focus right now is here in the States, because it's there as we know here there are African Americans all over the United States of America.
Right.
It's not just in the Southeast, not just in New York, not just on the West Coast, but all around here in the Midwest and in the central areas of the nation. And in the northeastern parts of the country as well, beyond New York. And so, we are, as we look at growth, we don't believe in growth for the sake of getting bigger.
Right.
But we want to be a part of the solution set for the needs of our communities, where those needs are and where we can make a positive difference.
And I saw something interesting in the 100, because I know there used to be more chapters. And when you hear an executive committee and a board say, we have to make sure we can have access to everybody. So we need to make sure that the chapters we have are the chapters we need. Right. And some people opted to say, well, you know what, we're dwindling down, so we need to transition to something different. This chapter needs to change. This one needs to move. And I thought it was pretty powerful that under your leadership, we were able to right size to where it's manageable now. And that you can give work. If I hear this guy is going to every chapter in the Midwest, that means something. That means that you've stepped up and said, there's something that needs to be done, and then we're going to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're listening to our board meeting.
What I will say is that we one of the things that you have to do is decide what your playbook is.
Right.
And then you have to run the plays that are in your playbook.
Right.
And so we literally built a chapter playbook. What does it take to have an effective chapter?
Right.
And along with that, how do we structure around those chapters? And so we have the 10 districts. And we ask each district director who's elected, as Andre was, to connect with those chapters. And he's doing a great job of it.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
And so as we look at that, I can remember some years back, folks said, well, my chapters don't seem to want to talk to me. Well, that's a two-way street. So we're going to work on that.
All right.
And as we've done that, we have had a much better connection in the communities, because that's why the chapters were there in the first place.
Right.
And so, and as we connect with the communities, then our connection with the young people we're trying to help is better. And our ability to draw in members from the community increases.
Correct.
And as that increases, we have a bigger impact in that community itself. And so whether it's with the industrial leaders in a city through the economic empowerment work we're doing, the health leaders in the city because of the work we do with health and wellness, the educators, the school systems and higher academic institutions, or in other social service areas that we partner with around our mentoring. Our four pillars are clear. Education, health and wellness, economic empowerment, and mentoring, all brought together by leadership.
All right.
And that combination makes a big difference, and that's the consistency. We are very consistent in terms of our approach community to community, but we adapt based on the needs of the community as to how we stress one or the other, always with mentoring, but how we stress one or the other and look at mentoring across a lifetime on the mantra of what they see is what they'll be. And we show young people pathways that they otherwise may not have seen. I know that Brother Allison's got a program coming up that I'll let him talk about soon to expose some of our young people to aviation. I saw that's happening in Houston as well. We have people who are helping our young people in other cities learn how to pilot drones. The future, the jobs of the future. The theme of our conference 2 years ago was future proofing, and people said, what does that mean? Well, stand by and watch. And as we go into this future, we will be relevant. We will be a source of strength for our young people, so that they're not left behind.
Absolutely.
And not the least of which is the agreement that we signed jointly with Operation Hope, Big Brothers and Sisters, UNCF, and 100 Black Men of America around AI. Because right now we're at a point where there is a capability out there that some people are scared of and some people are curious about, but nobody knows much about yet. You hear about it now, and we're just in the infant stages. This is one of the few chances. I heard from an expert the other night. It's like the gold rush. That happened one time. Right.
Exactly.
It was a game changer one time, over 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, the AI rush is going to be like that as well. And I'm not here to talk about AI in a great way. I'm just saying that we signed that MOU because we know that the people we serve through our organizations have similar needs. And as we're able to make sure they're not left behind, then we can help make sure that we're creating a future for our young people. Those kinds of principles are things we stand on.
Thank you so much. Thank you. See, I almost forgot his name, but I couldn't forget the chairman. Milton Jones, along with Andre Givens and Joseph Addison. When we come back, I want to dive into mentoring.
Great.
I want to dive into what does that mean from an international level, what it means from a regional level, what it means from well, we know what it means on the ground, but then how do we stack that? How do we make sure that one supports the other? You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazica.
We've got a broken down vehicle eastbound 94 at Hawley Road. The left lane is blocked with this right now. Along with this, we got delays coming in from the Zoo interchange to that point, westbound from 27th to Hawley Road. We've got a new accident on northbound 4394. We've got the two center lanes blocked right now. Cars are going way around on either side of this crash at Howard Avenue, so delays are stretching back into the Mitchell interchange. Stays heavy all the way up towards the high-rise bridge, though. Southbound on 43, we also have a broken down vehicle stuck in the left lane right about at Wisconsin Avenue in the Marquette. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, thunderstorms likely. Some may be severe, a low of 58. Tomorrow, a stray shower early, windy with falling temperatures, a high of 63 early, then falling into the 40s. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Laziga on 101.7 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
At Versity on King, we believe taking care of our community starts right here, together. Every day, neighbors step up to donate blood, helping save lives in Milwaukee and beyond. But Versity on King is more than a donor center. It's a place for health education, community connection, and support, especially for families facing conditions like sickle cell disease. When you donate blood, you're not just giving. You're showing up for your community. Visit versity.org/VersityOnKing to learn more or schedule your donation today. Versity on King, rooted in community, powered by hope.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Thank you, Milwaukee. Because of you, the second annual Truth Community Awards was an unforgettable celebration of the leaders, changemakers, and heroes who make our city shine. A special thank you to our incredible partners, Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousins Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. And thank you to our presenting sponsor, Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Together, we're celebrating community, culture, and impact. We'll see you next year at the Truth Community Awards.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. Former Green Bay Packers president and CEO Bob Harlan passed away Thursday, March 5th, following a brief illness. Harlan was 89. The Milwaukee Bucks are firmly in 11th place in the Eastern Conference and are 5 games behind for the final play-in tournament spot. They sit at 26-35 on the season.
We may have to play different guys. We may have to go bigger because right now we're giving up too many points too easy.
Bucks are back at it at home against the Utah Jazz tomorrow at 7. In college hoops, UW-Milwaukee got blown out against the Detroit Mercy in the Horizon League tournament 84-63. UW-Madison has their final regular season game on Saturday against the number 15 Purdue. Marquette plays their final game against number 4 UConn on Saturday. Both Big Ten and Big East tournaments begin next week. I'm Nazir Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
If it's a lollipop, lick it. A fresh bit, flick it. A wax shot, stick it. A deaf girl, kick it. Kick it. Kick it.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Joseph Addison, President, 100 Black Men of Milwaukee. Andre Givens, the Midwest Director for 100 Black Men of America. And the chairman of them all, Hilton Jones, 100 Black Men of America. So mentoring is I would say the cement, the glue that holds together what 100 Black Men are all about. I'm going to start with you, Joseph. What is it about the mentoring piece that charged you up? I remember when you came in and this guy, nobody knows him. What was that about? Was that pre-COVID?
It was, yeah.
COVID just pre-COVID, and you just came in and you took a shine and just helped grow and expand. What is it about mentoring that drives you to the 100?
I really must say family. Family was the root of all. It was truly ingrained to me that as soon as you seem like you make it, because no one really makes it, there's always different definitions of making it right, you need to give back. There's always, no matter what you're going through, someone's always going through something worse.
Yeah.
Right. And then, to be honest with you, I got tired of sitting in these boardrooms, in these meetings, being the only one who looks like me.
Okay.
I got tired of people saying, "Oh, you talk very well." Excuse me? What do you mean? I know how to speak. I know how to read. I know how to write. So it's, what can I do to empower the next generation? What can I do to actually give them that voice, to have them comfortable in giving that voice? And I'm willing to do that. Like I said before, no one's coming to save us. We need to step up and save ourselves. Now, that looks different for everyone. There is no one size fits all. So if I can help my fellow neighbor, so we can help the whole community, because as you know, you help the Black community, you help everyone.
That is true.
The Black community is the rock of every city that we live in this country. If you help the Black community, the city will drive. So therefore, if I can help the city move forward, I'm willing to do that.
Andre, I don't know how you do it, because you are wedged between a board with the chairman and a chapter, and both of them are doing this on your door, ringing your phone, sending you a text. Hey, I got it. And how do you juggle that? Because you're the link that links. Because every time a chapter has an issue, they call you, and you're able to explain to people like the chairman on the board that, hey, even though you're on the board, hey, this is the issue and this is the point of view. How's that work for you?
It works out well. I mean, it's no different than what I do in my daytime, right? But with that stated,
so we can stop paying you and you can do a volunteer for the 100? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, do that. Yes.
I must say, though, everyone in Milwaukee chapter is 100% volunteer. That is true. There is no one in Milwaukee on payroll.
Well, this is a volunteer organization, right? And I'm a volunteer as well. So, listeners, I'm a volunteer. Make sure that goes down on the record. But to that said, it's a matter of juggling expectations, right? I mean, we're called to do a greater job than over and beyond myself. And being able to, under Chairman's leadership, I'm an intentional listener, but I'm also an intentional executor as well. Okay. With that stated is I know the needs of our community. My goal is to always be an advocate and support not only our chapters, but also our emerging leaders as well. Our chapter presidents down to our collegiate, right? Any emerging individuals that's looking to be in this space or looking to devote their time more so over than their family, that's a special person. And that's one thing about the 100. We all have families. We all have a significant other that we report to, and I'm no different. But the greater need is how do we support each other, and how are we intentional about supporting each other, because the need is there, right? But it takes strong brothers to come behind, and ladies to come behind and support our communities, right? As Joseph indicated, no one's coming to save us. But we must understand that this work of the 100, it's, to me personally, it's been in my DNA over 20 years, right? And I've always been intentional about doing this work. And there are so many dividends that I've seen personally paid from our youth. I mean, we don't have time on this radio show for the testimonials and the life-changing involvement that you see from an individual or individuals that you mentored, that this work is real, and it's alive and well. And it takes all hands, right, to do this work. Not one community can do it alone, right? We're in some difficult times in our society, and this is, there's no other greater time than the day to come together as a unit to support our youth.
So are black people the same everywhere? I mean, you get to see every state, and I mean that in a serious way, because it seems to me, and you can verify it or not, the problems in Atlanta are the problems in Tennessee, are the problems in Indianapolis, are the problems in Milwaukee,
and globally as well, right? By day I oversee our global operation, so I'm in several countries, and to that point, yes. If the problems may not be equally the same, but we deal with those same systemic issues that each black and brown community deal with across our region, across our nation, but also globally as well. Okay. And we must recognize that, most importantly, but we must do something about it as well. And supporting individuals and being, a vessel and a voice for those of the unspoken, or those that do not have a voice, is so critical to the work that we're doing. And to Joseph's point, being that voice in those boardrooms or with funders, advocating for our youth because they have no voice. And that's where we come in to fill that gap. And even from the national perspective and that national level, being that voice for the national to help support our chapters as well. So, yes, I am caught in the middle. Sometimes you do point the finger at me. Sometimes I do get in trouble, right? But you have to point at someone.
Absolutely.
And one person that, the chairman, he does a fantastic job in our board meetings, right? He holds us accountable, right? And if you don't want to be held accountable, you could just turn around and walk out the door, because it's a lot of work that needs to be done. Yes, and that's why I support the work that he does as well.
I think one thing that's very great about the 100, they empower the chapters.
Yes.
That is very important.
Very much.
Because you hear all the time governments and cities and what have you forming a task force to speak about something that we already know the issue.
Exactly.
Why do we have to talk about the same issue over and over and over and there's no action behind it, right? So one thing about the 100, we know the issues. We're not standing by to have a meeting to have a meeting to have a meeting.
We have to, exactly.
Like Brother Gibbons said, it's time to get to work.
Just get the work done.
All right. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon, and when we come back, it's the chairman's turn.
All right.
He thought I forgot about him, but that's okay. But Andre, before we go, you could tell us how it really is working with the chairman. Come on, you could tell us. No, I'm just. So when we come back, I wanna look at maybe 3 things, probably in the next 5 years, that need to change.
Sure.
In perspective from the 100, and I'll start with the chairman and then go down to Joseph, and then we'll get out of here. Because we got a little bit of partying to do tonight. So I'm just saying. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris.
I travel all around the world, Dr. Ken, and when I tell you, based on my experiences, this is like the #1 country that cares. Like, everything is about money. Yep. Everything.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
I've told people in the past, you have to be careful of what you complain about and what you use as a tool, because other people will take it and use it in the wrong way.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
It's Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Milwaukee area weather, 56 degrees, looks like 55. Winds are from the south-southwest at 7 miles an hour tonight. 21-degree drop to 35, so yeah. Welcome to Milwaukee. We're talking to the chairman of 100 Black Men of America, Milton Jones, along with the Midwest representative, our very own Andre Givens, I guess we'll claim him in Milwaukee.
It's Midwest.
Yeah, close enough.
I claim you all.
And our president here in Milwaukee, Joseph Addison, our Truth Community Awards winner. Hint. Go back and watch the video on YouTube. I'm just saying. Had an outstanding speech. But one of those things I want to talk about, especially with the chairman, is that, we've come a long way in the 100. 1963, New York City, some guy stands up and says, I'm tired of all the nonsense and I'm tired of all the chilling. And you got to remember that this is in the middle of Jim Crow, in the middle of right after the 50s when they promise a Civil Rights Act and then pass something in the 50s that's virtually useless. But it's before the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and 1968.
Right.
Somebody had the temerity to stand up in the largest city in America and say, we need 100 black men to step up today and replicate it all over the country. And now you're the chairman.
Yes.
How does that make you feel knowing that you have such a heavy weight on your shoulder that where you go, and you know, we talk about there's a board of directors, and that's cute, but we know where leadership goes, the black community goes, and that's in your hand.
Well, it really is it's humbling and challenging and rewarding all at the same time. When I think back to those gentlemen in New York that you mentioned, it included Jackie Robinson, the first African American to play Major League Baseball.
Yes, it did.
Mayor Dinkins and many others who came together and said, as you said, we've had enough, we're going to do something. Some years later, in 1986, the 100 Black Men of America came into being, a combination of a number of chapters from New York, Atlanta, several other cities, and has since grown to over 100 chapters. That's a great feeling and a great responsibility.
Yeah.
But more than the numbers is the impact and the reason why we exist. You know, when we look at young people who have become very successful and they say, I couldn't have gotten there without the 100 Black Men. There was a young lady who's a council member who was in an 8th grade class at a high school where the graduation rate was less than 10%. The odds of a kid in the 8th grade.
Wait.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you just say 10%?
I did. That's right. So I'll keep going to the rest of the story.
Are you? Wow.
So this was the worst, supposedly the worst homeroom in one of the worst high schools in that city.
Wow.
And a promise was made. You're not only going to graduate. When you graduate, we're going to pay for you to go to college anywhere you want to go. She chose to go to Syracuse, which was quite a grip, but she chose to go. She graduated, and she went on into politics.
Wow.
When we interviewed, when the gentleman in that city interviewed that class, and they said, what do you aspire to be? What do you think the most you could be? Her answer was, maybe one day I can be a secretary. Now she's a person making law.
Wow.
And so when you think about it, that's the kind of change that we have, and that's the kind of responsibility we have. And guess what? The challenge is still the same.
Yeah.
Okay. There are still huge gaps in communities between our young people, the people we work with, and other young people. But at the same time, there are students who are tremendous, who also need inspiration to be more than the best in their class and to be the best they could ever be. Right. And it's the inspiration that we bring through mentoring, that connection, that belief in yourself that we try to inspire. Because when we're not there and they're into a tough situation, wherever it may be, in college, beyond college, before college, at work, before work, after work, that root of strength around mentoring and around connection and around inspiration and around that nobody can stop you but yourself is important. And it is that causes us to see growth beyond belief. One other quick story I'll tell.
Absolutely.
Young man whose dream was to play football. He graduated from high school. He was a good student, great athlete, had a scholarship to college. COVID hit. Football season got canceled. Couldn't go to college. Father got sick. Had to work to support the family. Father passed, sadly. Had to work even more to support the family, but still had this dream. Tried out and made the XFL. Tried out and made the CFL. Got drafted in the 5th round by the New York Jets and is still playing for the New York Jets today.
Outstanding.
Okay. And so that kind of story of determination, but responsibility at the same time comes from the dialogues that we've had with him, and he's a tremendous young man. His mother is a great person. We recognized them both at our conference in New Orleans. He also recovered a fumble to help the Jets beat the Falcons, but that's another story.
You forgive him for that?
I do because he's just that great a person. Even though I'm from Atlanta, but having said that, we as Andre said, we could tell stories like that all day. What we have to do going forward, and what we're focused on going forward, is documenting our work even more. In other words, not just the critical stories that we can tell that are just really impressive. But how many young people do we work with?
Right.
Where do they start? Where do they go? Because that is what puts us in the right realm around being able to attract resources to help even more young people and to attract members who say, well, why should I join the 100? Because we make a difference. Well, show me the numbers. In this generation coming out today, okay, this data analysis driven generation,
Yes.
a heart-wrenching story is nice, but how many of those do you have? I mean, we get that, and we're not going to fall behind.
Right.
We're not going to say how it used to be. We're focused on how it's going to be and how good it is today, but it can be better tomorrow. And so that's a part of our strategic plan, making sure that we have data around our work. Another part of our strategic plan is to look at how we become more independent and reach out in our own community to Joseph's point, we are the cavalry. Nobody's coming to save us.
Had to remind us,
We're the ones coming to save. We're the ones coming to save ourselves.
That is
right?
true.
And so, as such, then, how do we make sure that we become even more independent financially? That we have the resources, that we certainly can partner with, foundations, individuals, and corporations, and we welcome that. We welcome it every day. But we also need to dig in our own pockets.
Absolutely.
We also need to make sure that we're putting resources in as well as time. To the extent that we can. And so that's a part of our strategic plan as well, ways to help members build wealth and share wealth. And so as we look at it, we can't be the same old organization we once were, but we're a better organization because of where we've been, and we are excited about where we're going as we celebrate our 40th anniversary.
Chairman Milton Jones, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Andre Givens, brother, man, it's good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
All right. And Brother President Addison, you owe me a cigar. I'm just saying.
I got you.
I'm just saying. Want to say thank you for being here this evening, 100 Black Men. If you get a chance, come check it out. Marquette University Alumni Hall. We are in the third floor.
Third floor.
Come check out the conference and just think about getting an application to join 100 Black Men of Milwaukee.
www.milwaukee.100.org.
All right. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tory Lowe Show's coming up next. He'll take you for the next 3 hours and on throughout the weekend for a rebroadcast. Just make sure you stream and watch us live on YouTube and at 1017thetruth.com. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Never miss a show. God bless. Take care. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate you. I'm out.
Be quiet.